So, Coach, just initial thoughts. I mean, it seemed like projections had you going to Tallahassee, and that's where you're going. But what are your thoughts now that you see it's a done deal?
Yeah, I said right after the American tournament that I think we're prepared to play anybody, and I think in postseason it doesn't really matter who you're playing. It's tough, and your best game is required. So, really excited about the draw. I'm excited to play somebody new and different that we haven't played this year, and I think they're prepared and ready to go.
How is the schedule you play all year long prepare you for the NCAA tournament?
Yeah, well, I mean, it was a tough schedule. It sometimes felt like not the greatest decision, but then when you get to this point and you really believe in it and trust the process, I think it was the best decision for us. So not only the opponents we played, but the travel schedule that we had, the game times, the atmospheres that we played in, all have prepared us for what we're going to go up against this weekend.
What do you make of this draw as you look at it, as it was revealed, when you see who's in that regional round?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't want to be a part of that committee. There's so many great teams playing great softball, but obviously a little bit of a surprise because there's usually more teams hosting in the Southeast. But again, we've been watching them play, and we're excited.
I know you haven't had really much time to do a scouting report on South Carolina, but off the top of your head, do you know much about them? Do you have any connections or know any of their coaches or anything like that?
Yeah, definitely know the coaches. We've kind of played home and home the last 2 years. We didn't play this year. We faced their top pitcher when she was at FAU in 2021. So I've actually watched them quite a bit, especially in the SEC tournament. Softball junkie, I watch every team play, doesn't matter what conference. So, and our team has also watched them. So I think that we've seen a lot and have done a lot of scouting without even really knowing that we had.
What more can you say about the performance of Sarah Willis this past weekend, and what do you need from her in this upcoming weekend?
Well, first and foremost, just dominant, right? And her defense behind her, spectacular. You know, she's a down ball pitcher. She really fed her defense and did a great job. But just like Kama Woodall last year, the rise ball is developing and coming in at the right time. So I'm expecting her to just pick up right where she left off of yesterday. And we also have a dynamic pitching staff. So I feel really good about how they complement each other and all of the experience they've had in the entire year.
What do you like most about the way your team played in Tampa? You mentioned defense. That kind of got lost a little bit with Sarah's performance, but that was pivotal in that series.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the amount of double plays that we turned behind her, getting 2 outs with 1 pitch is huge, and ending innings when there's people on base is so important. So playing solid defense is going to be so important moving forward and continuing to push us deeper into postseason. Our bats started to come around, and so I think that if we combine all 3 of those, just clutch hitting with our dominant pitching and our routine defense, we can contend with anybody.
If you do have an opportunity to play Florida State, obviously a team you're very familiar with, just what are your thoughts on the Noles?
Yeah, I think that they're probably the most solid since I've been here on all sides of the ball. So I'm really excited to get the opportunity to play them. And I think that we know them. We know their pitchers. Some of them are a little bit newer, but their ace, we've seen her quite a bit, and I think that we've had the experience to now settle in the box and be ready to go.
You said that when the team faced adversity, it stayed together. How does that speak to the culture of the UCF softball program?
Yeah, culture, it starts with an idea from the head coach, the rest of the coaching staff, but our athletes and our women really put it into play. Our leaders continue to speak the language daily, and not only speak the language, but also put it into action daily. There's so many times where the team is together and maybe the staff is not. Locker room, study hall, things like that. And for our women to just really buy into who we are, our core values, our culture, and understand that it's not about me and I and playing time. It's about how far we can get this team to go. And it's really difficult in today's age, especially with, you've got NIL and so many things that can individualize our athletes. And our women do such a great job of celebrating each other, and so again, it's just little reminders from us, but they put it into action.
You say each team is different this year and last year, but how does it help you that so many people experience the run of last year?
Yeah, the experience is huge. They're hungry, and you talk about the matchup that we're going to have this weekend, but we have the majority of our team faced the #1 team last year twice and got better in the second game. So that experience alone is going to be really, really important, along with the adversity of the ups and downs throughout our season. I think if we only go through just dominating the entire year, you never have your back against the wall, and you don't figure out how good you are and kind of figure out what you need to do to dig deep and get through anybody. And so you look at that championship game yesterday. Well, 2 days before that, we were down 4-0 going into the 4th or 5th inning. And so I think having those moments and that experience along with last year is so important. But this team, it's what's fun with coaching is every team is a new team. Regardless if it's the majority of the team coming back, every team is a new team. And that's what keeps my energy going is I can't get stagnant. I can't just keep delivering the same information to them because I expect them to continue to get better. Well, then I have to get better too. And so that means the vision, the message, the information, the preparation, all have to be top level for them as well. So yeah, it's just fun. It's been a fun journey. There's been some tough moments. There's been some moments of like questioning myself even, but that's what makes it so special is getting through those moments and being able to say, all right, the trophy's right there. So
Did you have a nice Mother's Day?
I did. I'm going to admit it. I stayed in my pajamas until almost like 1 or 2 o'clock today. So it was awesome. I haven't been able to do that for, I feel like, almost a year. So it was awesome just to hang out with my family. And we watched softball, of course. We watched both of our games on Saturday, the Saturday game and the Friday game. But just to hang out with them, I got to play a little Nintendo Switch Mario Kart. And I got a lot of cool gifts that they made at school. So. Yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate
Good luck
it.
this week.
Thank you so
Congratulations.
much.
Good luck.